Last month, a committee focused on long-term redevelopment plans for the Alliant Energy Center met for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic.
The committee is focused on transforming the property in a way that attracts more visitors and bigger events. Sarah Massler-Donor has you covered.
After a pandemic pause, work is going ahead on the Alliant Energy Center redevelopment plan in Madison. And here to talk about the reactivated committee is County Board Supervisor Chuck Erickson. Chuck, thanks for taking the time to be here.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
Yes. So for those who don't know or need a refresher, what was the original intent of the Alliant Energy Center kind of master plan here?
The original idea was to look at the future for the Alliant Energy Center, maintaining the good things we have there, the events that we have, including Bratfest, World Dairy Expo, the Midwest Horse Fair, just to name a few, and just looking at the future to see how we can maintain those as well as expand, attract more business, also make the facility, which is 164 acres in a prime location, accessible to the nearby community and to everybody here in Madison.
Well, not only are you guys hoping to benefit Dane County and Madison, but I'm sure a lot of you on this committee, it's almost like a passion project for you. So Chuck, kind of like, what's your connection to the Alliant Energy Center?
Yes. My connection is that I'm on the Dane County Board of Supervisors. There's 37 of us. My district now is 23. I've been on the county board for over 20 years now. And every 10 years we go through redistricting. So we went through that, got new districts a year ago. So a year ago I was just elected to District 23, which is where the AEC is located. Okay. So it's in my district, so I'm very concerned about it, very passionate about it because it's a district issue for me. And again, like I said, it's 164 acres, it's a prime location. I also have a connection to it back in my childhood growing up, attending the Badger hockey games there as a kid. My family had season tickets. I just remember loving going there on Friday nights. That was great. And then fast forward a few years, I saw my first Fleetwood Mac concert there as well. So I have that connection there as well. Plus, the AEC has typically been agricultural oriented, and I also went to some fairs there and things like that in 4-H and dealing with animals and stuff.
So you'd love to see, the Alliant Energy Center grow and be able to kind of facilitate all this great stuff and even more in the future.
Exactly.
So tell me about how post-pandemic the work is now going to change on this redevelopment plan. What are some immediate short-term plans?
Well, like with everything, the pandemic put a pause on some things. We met virtually, and this committee pretty much took a hiatus or a break for meeting. And we had a market study that was done, and that was looking at the range of 2016 to 2018. And what we're doing right now is when we're restarting the committee is we're going to have that committee or that study reevaluated again. It needs to be updated with more current data. So that's one of the most immediate things that we're doing right now. That's being done by an entity called Hunden. And we need to get revised data, see what's happening now, because the information we had before is a little outdated now. So we're not just doing a reset exactly back to what we were doing before. We're looking at new data, current, and just evaluating how events are going. Some events, the smaller ones, tend to be handled via phone or Zoom. People continue to use Zoom. The bigger ones that attract folks, again, like Bratfest, and there's other ones, there's like a sewing event there, and some others, those seem to be booming, but we're just looking at what would, what's happening now in the market, the event space.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing how this work progresses in the future. Nice to see the committee reactivated. Chuck, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, sure, you're welcome. Nice to be here.
Of course. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.